Morning. This is Mershawn Viscusi, and I'm at Pinewood Elementary here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I am talking to a wonderful elementary ESL teacher. Hello.
Hello.
Introduce yourself and tell what grades you tend to teach here at Pinewood.
Okay, my name is Jillian Daly, and I'm an ESL teacher here at Pinewood, like Mershawn said. I serve kindergarten and second grade and a small group of third graders.
So we're looking inside of the Book Creator app, which is one of my favorites. Is this one of your favorite apps that you used this year?
Absolutely. We've had a lot of fun here at Pinewood. I'm exploring the different ways to use Book Creator, and I've particularly had a lot of fun working with my second graders and kindergartners with it.
And I remember when we brought the iPad tray here this year, that at first, when you started working with this, it's always really hard with kindergarten, first grade to understand how the app could be used, how they could manipulate it. Did you find it was hard to teach them how to create these books, or did you have to do some instruction at first until they had they call it an app fluency? But then once they had that, were they able to?
Oh, yeah. Once they had it, actually it was really fun to watch because they're so quick to learn. Really. Especially my second graders, you show them one time, and they really
just one time.
One time, graders. Yeah. I'll show you in a little bit a student created book that we did with my second graders' animal investigations project, and I literally showed them one time how to import a picture, and crop it and everything, and they were good to go after that.
I know that when I was teaching, I always would hesitate to show an app because I would think, oh no, they're going to ask a question, they're not going to know, and I'm going to need to know how to use it. And then you're always surprised how the little digital natives just run circles around you, and they can operate the app really well, where you're able to show how that can be used educationally.
Yeah.
So let's get into this first book, Colors and Shapes. I was really excited when you showed this to me because I think a lot of teachers like Book Creator but maybe don't see how it could be used with their newcomer L's or even their intermediate.
Right. And these are my novice students, my kindergartners that came in the middle of the year. So they're newcomers, so they were still trying to grasp colors and shapes. So what I did was on my iPad, I just took some images off the internet, and I just cropped them and put them into Book Creator, and then I guess I can show you.
Yeah, let's go inside the book.
Yeah. Let's
open it. This is just one image that you put in, so if you touch it, you can see that this is where they put in text and title. So is this something you put in ahead of time, so all the student had to do was put their name?
Absolutely, yep. So I put it into my iPad, and then I airdropped it into theirs, and then they took it from there. This is also an image that I found with these little keys and or locks, I should say, with the colors. And then what I did was I went in and added my voice so that the students, when they were reading their books, they could hear the colors.
Pink.
That's me.
Orange.
I found when I was using Book Creator, especially with K1, if they went into a blank book, they just didn't know. It was almost too much of a white space. Did you find having something already there was scaffolding to help them go into a direction? Otherwise, they would just be playing and drawing.
Oh, yeah. No, this is just to use as a reference, and they could go back and do it. And then the next page is I took an image from a newcomer packet that we have with colors and shapes. So I just took a picture of it, and it's it said the circle is green. I cropped it and put it in. So what happened was once the student had the book, she was able to go in and learn how to use the pen, and she would choose green, and then she would go in and color it.
Awesome.
Right. So.
And this is sound button then.
And then after she was done, so I'm going to cut that so it's not in our way. And then she would go and she learned how to record her voice.
The circle is green.
And then she.
And did they love hearing themselves?
Oh, absolutely. They love hearing themselves. They're very engaged. And it was really fun to see students that would, maybe pick it up a little bit quicker with learning how to use this little button here. Showing the other kids, they were being leaders, and something they don't get to maybe do necessarily in their classrooms.
We saw in another school, like you're talking about your second graders and how quickly they picked it up. have you ever had your second graders come and teach, the kindergarten or teach their other classmates?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
That really empowers them, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially amongst their peers, going back into their classrooms and showing their classmates how to use Book Creator. They definitely do that amongst each other. But I really love the idea of second graders showing my kindergartners next year. So
I had a second grader that was, he had a high, speaking and listening, but his reading and writing was really low, and he was very shy. And when we were in discussions, he would just pull his hood over his face because the girls would dominate, and he just didn't know. He just didn't know. He was just a little awkward. And so I would have him learn how to use the app and push in to an advanced group and teach them.
Wonderful.
And it built up his confidence because he really liked that he knew the mechanics.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times I would have him record a conversation rather than be in a conversation. But I think it's an awesome idea.
It's wonderful.
And you guys are a personalized learning school.
We are. So we kind of been taking that and doing so. Oh,
so this right here, this book and personalized learning, is this a whole group activity? Is this a center? Is this something that you taught them and they did it independently with pairs, or what?
Well, what we did is we did it as a whole group, and then the students finish the book, and then once they finish the book, it becomes part of a center. So we kind of did it together, and then they all did it independently. Once I showed them a couple times how to, use the pen and whatnot, they were doing it independently, and then when they're finished, it became part of my colors and shapes center.
That's wonderful. And once you were completely done with the book, did you leave it inside of Book Creator, or did you publish it in iBooks, put it in a movie?
I do both. I actually keep it in their. I have a folder on their iPads. Each student has a folder, so they have a Book Creator folder that's more personalized for them.
Where is
so
that?
I kept that. It's in their iPads.
Okay.
So that would be.
Let me see that.
And that's where their apps are.
Let's bring that one up. Because I've heard of, there's an app called Pocket that's kind of like a little way to make a folder.
Oh, okay. See, these are things that we like to hear. But this is Kayri, and then this would be her. So she has her apps that I chose for her that she can.
Oh, it's a folder. Okay,
it's just a folder in the app, and then she has her Book Creator, and she has her books. She has the letter B because she was working on that. This was earlier in the year, and then her colors and shapes book, and then as we would continue, she would add more to it. So that was hers. But yeah, so that's what they.
Do you want to show anything on here, the students' version, while we have it up?
Yeah, well, this is just something that you could do with your kindergartners when they're learning their letters and their letter sounds. I alternate between my voice and her voice depending on the level.
This is the letter B.
So that's me, and then
B.
you just turn the volume.
Yeah, let's see if we can turn it up. And also, where did you get this book from? I recognize it.
Yeah, Reading A to Z. So
and we're hoping to have L enhancements for Reading A to Z, which I think will be even more exciting. Did you ever have that before the trial period we had a couple years ago with?
Oh yeah, we had the trial period and loved it.
Yeah, that's going to be really good because it has a lot to do with listening and speaking.
We had it. Yeah, we absolutely, and then we can add those worksheets with L Enhance. So. My lovely coworker Christina Mahar is joining us.
Hello, Christina.
Hi.
And so, this is a way you'll be able to see how we use our Reading A to Z books within Book Creator with all different levels. So this is obviously learning the letters. So again,
these images you put in ahead of time.
Absolutely. And then I went in and added
ball.
You said that word really good, Miss Haley. Good
job. I might have taken a few times, but then the students used it. We took pictures. I have a bag of letters, it's a bag that has letter B on it. And it has all these picture cards in it. So she picked out her favorites, and then we took pictures together. This was kind of more of a one-on-one activity.
One teacher was saying, it's how important it is to have the kids draw. Baby. Oh, I love hearing their voice.
Yeah.
But sometimes, the short amount of time that we have them, if you have them draw everything, then you're just drawing the whole time. It's like art class instead of, so I think it's good to have pictures for them to choose from. And I want to ask you, because this is something new that I saw, have you seen how to embed the sound? We were talking about that last time, remember?
Yes.
No.
Can I show that to you?
Absolutely.
So you have that sound button highlighted, and if you come over to the eye,
okay.
we're going to unlock it. And then now it says invisible in the book.
Oh, wow.
Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it big and put it over this baby. And then I'm going to make it invisible in the book. So it's just, she just touches it.
Baby.
I love that.
But right now, you can see it here, right? But when you import it to iBooks, that's when it becomes completely invisible. Or if you're doing it as a video, it just plays in sequence. But I just wanted you to show that to you because if you had a student, and hang on, I'm having trouble getting back to it. If you had a student, see, it's invisible. Now I can't even get to it. Anyway, okay. I have to get behind it.
Unlock. I can think of this
I think it's in there. Let me go undo. But anyway, the sound button, there it is.
Oh, wow, okay.
The sound button can be invisible in the book.
That's one.
And
see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was just, I think that's something new.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know about it is because I follow Book Creator on Twitter.
Right, as is Christina.
So you saw that too,
I
right?
I did. I
It was
love
a little cow, right?
Yes.
All right, so this also becomes a center in your classroom as well.
Yeah, that becomes a center. And so, but yeah, that's with kindergarten. So we've had a lot of fun. I've done, books with their students that were still struggling throughout the year to recognize letters in their names. I did name books for them and everything to become parts of centers once we did whole group and they were learning how to use Book Creator more. So, and then we use also. Should we talk about this?
Yeah, I want to show that. I'm going to turn on my camera to show your center. So just like in a traditional kindergarten classroom, for years we've had centers like a hands-on center, right? And I look up here and you've got this beautiful, where did you get that little pocket?
I think it's like a jewelry this thing?
Yeah.
It's a jewelry organizer I took from my mom.
So this is a hands-on, thanks Mom.
Thanks, Lynn.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I also see here, because you're personalized learning, that this is a center path. So I see Book Creator on there, and I can even see some of the apps that were inside that student's folder that you had just a few minutes ago, right? And so, and I see your students, so you've got must-dos, and you have choice, which is just perfect. So show how you can take that traditional center that we've seen in the classroom for years and bring that into Book Creator.
Okay. So we have two different ways to do it. There's the first one I can just show you really quickly. These are students that would that already have a grasp of their letter sounds. So all I did was take a picture of these cards, and then I just went in again and put in my voice.
Sun.
So then they'd have to take that and then find the S and then match it. But for students that maybe are still trying to learn their letter sounds, I went ahead and added the actual magnetic letter so that they're just matching, they're hearing the sound.
Rug.
And then they would just take and then find the R and then match it. So
That
then they're
is
just
so
hearing.
awesome. And
Yeah, she did a great way, because this really empowers the kids to do it independently.
Right,
And they
and
don't
that's
need
the
her
goal.
to.
So that
guide
would
them.
be they're color coded. I can't at this time remember. So just say Orleans. This center would be orange, and my sign would be right here. He would just go over with the iPad. So the goal is to incorporate the iPads with every center and have them do it independently.
well, and I think what I like about it is that it shows how what worked well for us as educators for so many years,
Right.
having
Right.
manipulatives is it still benefits to children. They need the kinesthetic. They
Absolutely.
need to touch it. They need to move it.
Mhm.
And sometimes when they're only staying in the digital,
Oh yeah.
it's not good for them,
Mm-mm.
right? It needs to be
Right.
both. It needs to have that
Mhm.
element of hands-on and bringing
Right.
that into the device.
Yeah, and you're creating more support, and it's allowing you to kind of be there. They can hear your voice. You're helping, but they're independent. You're not, because I had about 6 students, and they're they were pretty high needs. So it was nice to be able to create ways where they could just work independently. So
That is wonderful.
that was-
Well, I'm going to take this off right now, and I would like you to show us one more book as we wrap up.
okay. Do you want? I know Christina's going to touch on Book Creator with the older kids. I have my
Okay.
second graders. Would you like to see the student created book in second grade, or would you like to see Book Creator? We have this one, or
Yeah, let's see the one on sharks.
okay. So this is with my second grade intermediate group. All I did was I imported a Book Creator book, which takes a little bit of time. But once you get all the pictures in, and then what I would do is I would add these questions. And my students knew that if the text was in red, they had to answer the question with the audio. And then if it was blue, like you can see here, they knew that they had to use the pen.
That's
So
wonderful.
I would just add these questions. And the second graders actually was just supporting the classroom. They have this comprehension continuum with like true false questions, opinion questions, and then just basic
Did you get any of your
comprehension.
questions from, Reading A to Z has questions?
Oh
so-
yeah, absolutely. It's the discussion cards. We would take those questions and then
And
add
I
those.
know that I was in a training yesterday with Common Core of, text-based evidence,
Mhm,
so that might be something to think about next year. They're really going to be looking to see how we're bringing them back to the text to show
right, absolutely.
the answer. So
Um,
you could say tell what you saw that helped you make the prediction. I saw the picture. Or,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely. And so with my second graders, what we would do is I would embed put in the questions, and then once I airdropped it, it would be their own book. So they had their own Book Creator app. They would record themselves reading on the first day.
And this student's a
The
little
student's
low.
very
Walk
There we
on
go.
earth. Hundreds of
But what's nice about that is they're the only one that needs to hear it. It's not like
Oh,
they're producing
absolutely.
it for the world. It's just
Mhm.
sometimes it's scary for them. So if they're soft, it's okay.
Oh, yeah,
they're the ones
yeah.
that need to hear it.
And then I just added my questions, and then they would go through, and I would, for them, with their speaking component, I would add sentence starters so that they could really learn how to answer questions in complete sentences.
I flew before dinosaurs. I know because it's in the text.
Okay, so here's the question: what do humans and sharks have in common? And then she would
Sharks have in common with
again
humans that
quietly. And Christina was very good about having her kids. You have to kind of spread out so that you can't hear anyone talking in the
Yeah,
background.
it's true.
And anyways, so there's this true and false questions. You can add anything. You can add a Venn diagram to use, and then here they are.
Oh, I like how that it was blue and you had to mark the answer. And
Mhm.
you're obviously using the text right here, adding a text.
Mhm.
But if you didn't want to do that, you could always, type it up, print it, cut it out, and use images for this as well.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea too. I actually love that idea. Yeah,
Because
so
that's a lot. That's a lot of you
It's a lot of me
typing
typing.
in.
Yeah.
So this screen right here could be a
Mhm.
camera image as well.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
you are putting a lot of work into creating this book ahead of time. But
Right.
then, does it help you for a long period of time within
Oh
the
yeah.
class? And I think that's what some teachers,
It's worth it.
are scared of. That there's a lot of front loading, but then once you're actually teaching it, it just
Mhm.
is so easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a little bit of time, but I mean, if you just take a planning time on Friday and do it, and then once you put it into the student's iPad, you have it for the whole week and maybe even longer.
And you'll have this
So-
one for next year too.
Oh yeah, I have it for next year. And then another great thing that we do is add the comprehension questions from reading A to Z, and then the students can answer those, and then you have your information right there. So, and Christina will show you more of what she does with reading A to Z too, which is kind of.
Well, I
which is
think
nice.
the fact that you guys have collaborated, when you have a good colleague, it grows you.
absolutely.
It really
Mhm.
challenges you, and I think that's what I've
Mhm.
seen, and that's why I wanted you to share, because
Right,
this is
right.
wonderful for K1 and 2.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and then I know that Christina is going to talk to you about what she does, and then another thing you'll be able to do too with your second graders, which they love, is student created books,
Oh,
which are a
awesome.
lot of fun.
Oh, that's a Chatterpix.
That's a Chatterpix. This is his book about sharks.
All About Tiger Sharks by Eric.
Yes. So
Oh my gosh, I love Chatterpix.
They made this book. We recorded their audio. They learned how to type. And they learned. They had a book already made, like a hard copy, and they took images of what they had already drawn and learned how to put them into the book. And they did this independently. I mean, I really just showed them one time. I taught them how to crop pictures from Google Images, and then all that good stuff. So
That
that's
is
a
so
lot
wonderful.
of fun. That's kind of a
And I
scary
want to say,
picture,
even
but-
though, what did you say? Say it again.
No, I said that's kind of a scary picture.
Even though you have the camera option in this app, I always like to go to the real camera.
Oh yeah,
Because
100%.
It's much easier to use than any app that has the camera in it. Is a little bit, it acts a little different.
we went back to the camera on.
Sometimes
on the
I can't
iPod.
even position it over. It looks weird. So
Yeah, so those are all the
let's
fun
not
ways.
let's not end on a scary picture.
No, we have to.
Okay, we can.
Yeah, and then you can
He's
use
a
this
trash
cute
can.
one.
Fun facts. Tiger sharks live about 25 years. They also eat garbage.
So we had a lot of fun with that. So
Well, I am so happy that you shared this, and I
Mhm.
cannot wait to see how you grow next year and come back and see more ideas. And
yeah.
and Book Creator, I think, is a wonderful. If you don't use any app,
Mm-hmm.
this is the one.
This is it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for talking with me.
And I hope you have a wonderful summer.
Oh yes, we're
Yay,
excited. Last day of
summer.
school.
Yeah, it is the last day
Yay
of
for
school.
Summer.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you again soon. Look forward to hearing from you about how you're using Book Creator, and please share with her. Is it Tor or Tor?
It's Tor.
I think it is Tor. All right, guys, goodbye.
Bye.